Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all to the next subtopic of oscillation chapter. And in this subtopic, we are going to learn about the composition of two SHMs. The composition of two SHMs, simple harmonic motions. It is nothing but if suppose I consider one particle and this particle it is moving to and fro about its main position, then this is said to be performing oscillation. Another particle is also moving in the same straight line. Another particle, suppose I will mark it with different ink. Okay, so this is what the another particle which is moving in the same straight line, but there are suppose two particles. So what is going to happen if these two particles are getting added? What is the combination effect of these two SHMs where they are acting in the same straight line? Okay, so these two particles are independent of each other. They may be having different amplitudes. They will be having different phases. Okay, but frequency will remain same. What is the node point? Node point is frequency will remain same. Frequency of two particles, it is constant. The frequency of two particle, it is constant. I can say n, it is constant, n, it is constant. That means 2 pi n, which is what omega it is, which is equal to 2 pi n. This value it is constant. Omega, which is 2 pi n, this value it is constant. Okay, so what is the combination of two SHNs? How the question it will be like that? They have an expression for resultant amplitude. Also, it can be resultant phase of composition of two SHNs. We will be having different special cases for result and amplitude as well. So what is the composition of two SHMs? Consider particles subjected simultaneously to two SHMs having same period. So same period means what? Same frequency. I told you what will remain same? Frequency will remain same. So frequency is constant. What is the reciprocal of frequency? This is called as 1 upon T. Reciprocal of frequency, it is also constant, right? Reciprocal of frequency is also constant. So along the same path, so that it should be along the same straight line. The two action should be along the same straight line. Let it be along x-axis. So suppose it is along x-axis like this, right? But of different amplitude. So these are having different amplitude. So suppose you consider the equation of the two SHMs. So x it is equal to a sine of omega t plus phi. Suppose so they are having different amplitudes. So one will be having A1, the another will be having the amplitude A2, and different initial phases. Initial phases means one will be having alpha sigma. Sorry, this is phi one. Another will be having phi two. So this will be omega t plus phi two, and this is what sine, right? So this is the next SHM x2. This is the first SHM x1. The resultant displacement at any instant is equal to the resultant displacement at any instant. So resultant displacement at any instance means x. It is equal to vector sum of its displacement, individual displacement due to both SHM. That means x it is equal to x1 plus x2. Okay, so this is what the composition of two SHMs. So what are the two equations are looking like? So you see x1 it is equal to a1 sine of omega t plus phi 1, and the next one is x2 it is equal to a2 sine of omega t plus uh, phi 2. Okay, so I request you all to please pause the video. You have to write all these things. I'm moving to the next part. So we are having we first we will calculate the displacement of first we will calculate first we will calculate the resultant amplitude. So in the case of resultant amplitude, we can say R it is equal to. So in the heading, I will write expression for resultant amplitude. So in the case of expression for resultant amplitude, I am having x1 it is equal to a1 sine of omega t plus phi 1. Another I am having is x2. X2 it is equal to a2 sine of omega t plus phi 2. So what is the value of x then? Therefore x it is equal to x1 plus x2. X it is equal to x1 plus x2. Therefore, what is the value of x? X it is equal to a1 sine of omega t plus phi 1, and the next one x2 it is equal to plus a2 sine of omega t plus phi 2. So this is the value of x, a1 and a2, right? So we'll expand this sine of a plus b. So this x it is equal to a1 sine of a plus b sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. I can say this sine of a sine omega t plus into cos b plus cos a into sine b. Next again the same thing plus a2. So this is sine omega t cos phi 2 plus cos omega t into sine of phi 2, like this. So this is phi 1 and this is phi 2. Now you have to multiply the a1 inside. So I will get the first term, it will be x will be equal to a1 sine omega t plus a1 sine omega t into cos phi 1 plus a1 cos omega t into sine of phi 1 plus a2 sine omega t into cos of phi 2, and then a last one is a2 cos omega t into sine of phi 2, like this. Okay. So here you can say sine omega t you can take outside. If you take sine omega t outside, what you will get? The x is equal to, if you take sine omega t outside. So from first and third term, if suppose you take sine omega t outside, so you will get like this a1 cos phi 1, the first term, plus the third term will be a2 cos phi 2 plus added with. So in the next one, you can take on the second and fourth term, you can take cos omega t outside. So if you take cos omega t outside, you will get a1 sine phi 1 plus a2 sine phi 2. Okay. So here I will say let a1 cos phi 1 plus a2 cos phi 2 is equal to, suppose this is what the amplitude is, also amplitude, suppose it is equivalent to the resultant amplitude r, where which value r is to be calculated. So this is cos, so I can say this is cos. This is phi 1, this is phi 2, I can say this is suppose delta. The resultant phase is delta. So this is r cos delta. Similarly, I can consider the next bracket. Here it is a1 sine of phi 1 plus a2 sine of phi 2. This is equal to, again this is amplitude, this will be amplitude. This is sine, so this is going to be sine. And this is phi 1, this is phi 2, I can say this is delta. Okay. So what is the value of x then? If you consider, if you substitute the values, it will be sine omega t into r cos delta plus cos omega t into r sin delta. So if you take r outside, you will get if you take r outside, you will get sine omega t cos delta plus cos omega t sin delta. Okay. So this is equal to r into sine of, so this is a plus b, sine a cos b plus cos a sin b. So this will be sine omega t plus delta. So this is the value of x. This is the value of x. This is the value of x. Okay. So what is this? This is an expression for composition of two efficiency. This is an expression for the equation of composition of 2 SHL. So here you can edit the heading line. You can modify the heading line. It is not an expression for result and amplitude. Yet we have to get the result and amplitude R. Okay. So it is an expression for equation of 2 SHLs. So it is an expression for equation of composition of 2 SHLs. Okay. So now we will be deriving expression for result and amplitude. So for that, let it be equation number A and let it be equation number B. Okay. So I request you all to please pause the video. You have to write this derivation. Now the next one is the expression for result and amplitude. I can say this is expression for result and amplitude. So what are equation A and B? You have to consider equation A and B. So this is A1 sine of phi 1 plus A2 sine of phi 2 is equal to R sine delta. This was equation A. A1 cos of phi 1 plus A2 cos of phi 2 is equal to R cos of delta. So this is equation number B. So there are two equations A and B. I can say on squaring and adding we get on squaring and adding we get. So what we'll get on squaring and adding, I will get R sine delta, the square of this term plus R cos delta, the square of this term will be equal to, it will be equal to the square of the individual terms like this. It will be A1 sine of phi 1 plus A2 sine of phi 2, the whole square, added with A1 cos of alpha 1 plus A2 cos of alpha 2, the whole square like this. So here you can say this is R square and this is sine square delta. So this is R square sine square delta plus again here it will be R square cos square delta. So what this will be equal to? So if you take square on both sides, so it will be A1 square sine square phi 1 plus A2 square sine square phi 2 plus 2A1 A2 sine phi 1 into sine phi 2. So this is what a square a plus b the whole square a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? Again you have to apply the same formula here. So plus a1 square cos square phi 1 plus a2 square cos square phi 2 plus a1 into a2, it will be 2a1 a2 into cos of phi 1 into cos of phi 2. Okay. So here we will take r square outside. So r square is taken outside. What is present inside? It is sine square delta plus cos square delta. So in this case, you can take a1 square outside. A1 square outside, what it will be? Sine square alpha 1 plus cos square alpha 1. Here you can take a2 square outside. So if you take a2 square outside, it will become sine square phi 2 plus cos square phi 2. From here on this side, you can take a2 a1 a2 outside. So plus 2a1 a2 if you take outside, you will get sine phi 1 into sine phi 2 plus cos phi 1 into cos phi 2. Okay, so this value is equal to 1. So this value is equal to 1. So this is r square into 1. R square into 1. So this will be equal to a1 square into this value is 1. Plus this is a2 square and this value is 1. Plus this is 2a1 a2. 2a1 a2. Okay. So this is what sine A cos B, sine A sine B plus cos A cos B. So this is nothing but the formula of cos of A minus B. So you can say cos of phi 1 minus phi 2 This is cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. So therefore, what is the value of r then? R it is equal to under root of this term. So this is nothing but a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 a1 a2 cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. Okay, so these are the values of this is the value of r. So I can say this is an expression for this is an expression for resultant amplitude. This is an expression for resultant amplitude. This is an expression for resultant amplitude. Okay. Okay. So I request you all to please pause the video. You have to write all these things. So I am erasing all these things, and now we will be deriving expression for resultant phase. So resultant phase is delta. The resultant phase is delta. So I can say expression for resultant phase. Expression for resultant phase. It is what delta. So for calculation of delta, you have to consider equation 1 and equation A and equation B only. So I can say A1 sine of phi 1 plus A2 sine of phi 2 is equal to R sine delta. This is A1 cos of phi 1 plus A2 cos of phi 2. This is equal to R cos delta. So in order to get this delta, you don't have to get this R in the formula. So you have to divide these two equations. Suppose this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. So I can say equation number 2, it is getting divided by equation number 1. These two equations are getting divided. I can say R sine delta divided by R cos delta. So this is equation number 1 divided by equation number 2. R sine delta divided by R cos delta, it is equal to A1 sine of alpha 1 plus A2 sine of alpha 2 divided by what? Divided by A1 cos of alpha 1 plus A2 cos of alpha 2. So this R and R will get cancelled. What is sine by cos is tan, so I can say this is tan delta. Tan delta is equal to A1 sine phi 1 plus this is what A2 sine phi 2. So divided by what? Divided by A1 cos of phi 1 plus A2 cos of phi 2. So what is the value of delta then? Therefore delta is equal to tan inverse of this whole thing. Tan inverse of this complete bracket. So this is A1 sine of phi 1 plus A2 sine of phi 2 divided by A1 cos of phi 1 plus A2 cos of phi 2. So I can say this is an expression for resultant phase. This is an expression for resultant phase. So I request you all to please pause the video. You have to write all these things. I am moving to the next one. So next we are going to learn about the special cases for resultant amplitude. Remember what was the formula for resultant amplitude? The resultant amplitude formula was equal to R, which is equal to under root of A1 square plus A2 square plus 2 A1 A2 into cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. Cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. Okay. So what is the special case 1? So case 1 is if two SHMs are in phase. If they are in phase means same angle. In phase means same angle. So if suppose the angle are same, so that means the difference in the angles that is equal to 0 degree, right? So how much is cos 0? Cos 0 it is equal to 1. So this is what cos 0 is equal to 1. So we'll substitute this value in the value of r. R it is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 a1 a2 into cos 0 it is 1. So I can say this is 1. So this equals to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 a1 a2. So this is the formula of a square plus b square plus 2ab. So I can say this is equal to under root of a plus b the whole square. So square and root will get cancelled. The value of r will be equal to a1 plus a2. The value of r will be equal to a1 plus a2. So if suppose the two SHMs are in phase, the resultant amplitude is given by the addition of the individual amplitudes. So moreover, if a1 it is equal to a2 and it is equal to suppose a, so what is the value of r then? R it is equal to a plus a it is equal to 2a. A plus a it is equal to 2a. So this is the value of r. R it is equal to 2a. Let us now consider the next case, that case 2. Case 2 means if two SHMs are out of phase. If two SHMs are out of phase, so in that case, the two SHMs are not out of phase in this. Out of phase means 180-degree condition, so are perpendicular to each other. Are perpendicular to each other. So if they are perpendicular to each other, that means the phase difference is equal to 90 degree. How much is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. So I can say what is the value of r, then r it is equal to, which was equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 into cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. This was actually the formula for resultant amplitude. But in this case, the cos of phi 1 minus phi 2 is equal to 0. So therefore, what is the value of r then? R it is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 into cos of phi 1 minus phi 2 it is equal to 0. So I can say this value is equal to 0. Therefore, r it is equal to what? R it is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square. So this is the formula for resultant amplitude, in which the two amplitudes are perpendicular to each other, the two efficients are perpendicular to each other. So moreover, in this case, if suppose the amplitudes are same, if a1 it is equal to a2 and suppose it is equal to a, so what is the value of r then? So the value of r it is equal to under root of a square plus a square. So this is equal to under root of 2a square. So that means it is equal to root 2 into a. This is the value of r. R it is equal to root 2 into a. Suppose the two efficients are perpendicular to each other and the amplitudes are also same. The next case that we are going to learn is the special case 3. So in this case, if suppose two efficients are out of phase means 180 degree. So that means theta it is equal to 180 degree. That means what is the value of cos of phi 1 minus phi 2? So cos of phi 1 minus phi 2 it is equal to uh, for 180 degree it is equal to minus 1. Cos of 180 degree it is equal to minus 1. Okay. So what is the value of r then? R it is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 into cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. Phi 1 minus phi 2. So this is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos of phi 1 minus phi 2 it is equal to minus 1. So this is equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square minus 2a1 a2. So minus 2a1 a2 that means it is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab, this formula. So I can say this is a minus b the whole square. This is a minus b the whole square. Square and root will get cancelled. So what is the value of r? R it is equal to a1 minus a2. R it is equal to a1 minus a2. Now moreover, if a1 it is equal to a2, a1 it is equal to a2 and if it is equal to a, therefore what is the value of r then? R will be equal to a minus a will be equal to 0. A minus a will be equal to 0. Therefore what is the value of r then? R it is equal to 0 in the case where the two SHMs are out of phase and the amplitudes are same. In that case, the resultant amplitude is 0. So this was all about the composition of two SHMs. Composition of two SHMs. Okay, and the next thing that we are going to learn is the energies in SHM. So I can say kinetic energy and potential energy in SHM, the formula of this. Thank you so much, all of you, for paying attention. Keep learning, keep smiling. Goodbye.